Hello, welcome back to my channel Lady T. My name is Nathalie and we're going to do a drawing today. It's so cool too. This is the boy that we're drawing from reference. I wanted to make a little boy in a dungaree, if I'm pronouncing it correctly. And this boy on the picture of course wasn't wearing one, so I was like, I don't need a reference for that. I can do that from the top of my head as the stubborn little bean that I am. Yeah, this is the first drawing that I do in the art book after the video was shot for you guys to explain what we're going to be doing. So this is my process right now. You can see there's not a whole lot of sketching using circles or anything like that. After this I've been practicing hands and feet, and holy darn, there are so many circles that you need to use in that. So maybe I will learn how to use those, but for now this is my sketching process. I kind of, especially if I sketch after a model, I just get the main frame down and then I start looking a little bit more like, okay, is this all in proportion? And I focus more on the details. That is just what works for me. I like focusing on the details of the clothes, but sometimes I make them a little bit too exaggerated when they don't really need to be. And partly here I think I was also realizing that the picture doesn't show the feet. So I was like, why do his little legs just feel a little bit too stumped, like they're not long enough? And then I realized like, oh, of course, because the feet aren't there. And I always go in with way too harsh lines. Maybe I need to get another pencil that is a bit lighter, because it's so hard to erase everything with the way that I go into these drawings. But I was really proud of how fast the sketch went, and that I actually liked it. I was like, okay, there's no room for messing up now. And there was room for messing up. This is always the part that I enjoy the most, when the color comes. And now, looking back, after I was done, I wasn't really happy with it. I think the middle blue is a little bit too bright. I think that's why I tried adding the grey, but it really didn't do anything. So maybe I should have gone in with a little darker blue. Because we go in with the Prussian blue to give the edges a little bit more oomph. But the middle still is so light. Looking back at it, I would have changed it. And I was so happy with the hands that they didn't have a lot of detail, because they were going to be colored in black anyway. Haha. But yeah, practicing hands, I thought, well, I will do that on the next page. My boyfriend got me some water. He's an amazing boyfriend. He always makes sure that I drink enough. I tend to forget, and then he comes and brings me my glass bottle with ice cold water. I love him. He's amazing. And I was proud of the feet as well, because they weren't on the photo, so I just drew them like how I thought they would be, and I was like, oh, it works. And of course I added a little flower, because I wanted him to hold a flower. Which maybe I should have used a reference for as well, because it isn't amazing. And then I realized it isn't black enough. It's not coming together as well. So I used one of my Ecolina brushes. I don't know how to say that in English. I looked it up and everyone's like, oh, it's just Ecolina. But it sounds so Dutch. Ecoline? I don't know. So I tried using that, but of course it doesn't have that strong of a poof. It dries up and then it's more of a... I'm not grey, but a very matte black. So we went over a second time as well, but it's coming together better than the pencil. And why black? I don't know. Like I think I explained in the last video, I don't know, I just prefer this, I just like it. Oh yeah, it was because of the game that I played, the Lion Song. There was a man in there, and he said like, I want to capture who people really are. And then I was like, I want to do that as well, but how do you do that? I was like, maybe if you highlight one aspect of a person, then maybe you can capture them. So maybe that's where I think that's where I got the idea from making this kind of art, like I showed you in the last video. This is the end. Thank you so much for watching. Have an amazing day. Goodbye.